Hello everyone and welcome again to Loch Ness Living, which is the place where we have a chat about some of the people and places of the Highlands and Islands that are inspirational to me. In the background, Barney's just having a little bit of a play in his box, so I'm sorry if you can hear him. Hopefully you won't see him too much at the moment. And this morning we're going to welcome Michelle from North Hop to talk to us a little bit about craft distilling and brewing and the North Hop Festival, which is taking place in Aviemore in November.
Hello.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about North Hop for those of us who haven't heard of the festival at all?
Yeah, so we kicked off back in 2014. Idea being it was literally just meant to be an annual event celebrating some of the local breweries, distilleries and stuff in and around the Highlands and Inverness. So after the first festival, we obviously got quite a lot of good feedback and it kind of grew and developed. What we did was we combined different breweries along with some different distilleries. So we have this beer hall, cocktail lounge vibes, live music as well. So just celebrating really everything the Highlands has to offer.
Now there's been a real explosion in distilling and brewing across the Highlands and really across Scotland in the last couple of years. What's behind that?
I think it's just the fact that people have become so engaged and interested, there's this sort of local provenance thing. People like to kind of know what they're eating and drinking is coming from. Mm-hmm. So certainly from the point of view of, when you go into a bar now, people days gone by might have just opted for just a standard lager or beer or whatever was on, but people now do go in and ask what's local. Mm-hmm. And what's a bit different. The gins have just gone crazy over the last couple of years, even compared to when we first started North Hop. There's been a massive rise in the level of craft distilleries across Scotland. Mm-hmm. And literally there's another one popping up every week at the moment. But people building collections of Scottish gins. It used to be whiskies. Yeah. Now it's gin that people have loads of bottles of. I think at the moment my collection's actually up to 72 bottles at home.
That's dedication.
Yeah. So unfortunately, not all of them get drunk on a regular basis because with work commitments. But it's quite a selection.
Mm-hmm. And so it's really worth for those people who are thinking and planning of a visit to the Highland Islands kind of area, that you could do a distillery tour, you could do a brewing tour, and you can actually do a food tour now, which will take you around some really beautiful ingredients, beautiful restaurants, really interesting locations, meeting some great people.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a difference now in when people are coming on holiday to the area. People are a lot more interested to kind of see the food and drink elements and sort of be behind the scenes and get engaged with it. And some of these tours, just literally come back from Harris last week, from the Isle of Harris distillery, who are ultimately building their way up towards being whiskey distillers. But at the moment they've got the most amazing gin. But the tour of the distillery, it's just very hands-on and kind of quite interactive. The people are lovely, and it's just I think people come on holiday, they want to kind of see this sort of thing and see where things are made. So and then you go in from there to then all the different bars and restaurants, and you see the bottles. People are using the bottles just to serve water from even. So it's just that element of it throughout.
And with the small batch production, with distilling, as with lots of craft, you get an opportunity to experiment. You can explore new flavours, and I've noticed the Harris gin we bought here says this is one that's featured at the North Hop Festival as well. Yeah. And this is infused with sugar kelp. So have you tasted that? What does that taste like?
Yes, it is amazing. And what they do is you can get a little dropper. I've not got a bottle of it there, but you get a little dropper bottle with actually the aromatics, the sugar kelp aromatics you can add in just to enhance the whole flavouring. So it's very much like, it's not almost, I hate to say seaweed, but you are actually tasting the sea with the gin, which is obviously a huge sort of inspiration in the bottles and the colourings and things.
That's beautiful.
And they're actually using, it's a local diver they use to go down and go and collect the sugar kelp. So it is very hand crafted, hand collected, and but it gives them something totally unique and different, and gives them that kind of local Harris, element.
That is really a taste of Harris. I cannot imagine coming up with that kind of flavour inspiration almost anywhere else. I mean, that is a taste of the island.
Yeah.
What are some of the other flavours we've got?
Yeah,
here?
so we've got Inshriach gin is extremely local to the Aviemore Festival. Walter actually distills it in a shed on his estate.
That doesn't sound dodgy at all.
And he won Shed of the Year back in, I think it was 2015.
Wow.
The TV programme. And what it is, he's just got the most quirky shed. It's almost like a kind of saloon come kind of, you know, distillery come, you know, there's like a funky little bar, there's loads of seats, there's golf clubs, there's swords, you know, it's very random, but it's an amazing little place.
They're going to be giving people all kinds of ideas as to what to do with their sheds.
Walter does a lot of upcycling and stuff as well, so what you will find at the festival, for example, is his bar is a converted, massive big converted horse truck. And the bar, all the bars hand built with wooden stuff that he's reclaimed. There's a mirror on the bar with Inshriach, again that's a reclaimed piece of work. Walter also had helped out, he's got a background in kind of stage design and stuff, and he actually helped out with sort of festival build up for our first Aviemore Festival and doing like the back of the stage, and so, you know, it's nice to have him involved. But this gin, all the juniper is sourced locally, which in Scotland is quite difficult because there isn't a huge amount of juniper.
Yeah.
Most distilleries do have to pull it in from elsewhere in Europe, etc. So Walter does go out foraging in the kind of local vicinity of the estate to pull in. At the moment, I think he's harvesting rose hips. Was the latest one he was out pulling in as well. So he's also, this is a standard bottle here, but he's also got a navy strength one, which is navy strength. And after his first batch just literally flew out the door, so when he came to the Aberdeen Festival back in April, he actually called it the Navy Party because he had nothing left but Navy gin.
Oh my goodness.
So he used it, and he did it out of his other horse box, which, and the whole thing was just quite quirky and unique and quite different.
Now, I'm not a huge gin drinker, so we've got some other things here for if you're not really into gin. What are our other options? Okay,
so we've got, over on this side here, we've actually got Scottish rum. This is a spiced rum from Wester Spirit Co. in Glasgow. They'll also be
beautiful colour to that.
It's nice, and it's also just the labelling in the bottle, and even the cap. You know, it's kind of got the wooden star engraved in there. So that's really good for doing cocktails and stuff, and it actually pairs really well with Thistly Cross. This one here is the actual elderflower that I've got, but the ginger version of their cider paired with that rum with lots of ice and lime is amazing. So we've got that. We've got obviously some local beers, so Spey Valley Brewery from Mulligan Keith, they're going to be there. 71 Brewing from Dundee, they're also going to be doing like a festival cider, festival beer for us, which is going to be a rhubarb Hefeweizen, so something that's, you know, will kind of suit a lot of tastes, I think. Cairngorm Cairngorm Brewery, who are local to the festival. They've got the Cairngorm Brewery beers, but also Loch Ness Brewing, our brewery. So they've got a really good selection of beers that will come along. Thistly Cross cider, they already touched on. They're kind of your handcrafted Scottish cider. And the other one we've actually got here, which is not Scottish at all, is a brewery called Brewheads, and they're actually coming up as a guest brewery. So something a little bit different. We've invited them up from London, 4 Italian lads who've started a brewery in London. Love their branding and label and stuff, so yeah, they'll be coming up just to bring something a little bit different to the festival.
So this really is an opportunity to stretch your tastes, to try something you've not tried before.
Definitely.
Support some local industry. Yeah, just to explore.
No, I think that is, people do discover so many new products when they come to the festival, you know, and obviously as well as the sort of alcohol side of things, you know, we've kind of got street food vendors from across Scotland bringing those elements in, market traders. So for example, we've got Caithness Chocolates, who do handmade artisan chocolates there, and again what we try to do is pair the different drinks up with the different foods, so you've kind of got the all over experience to try.
and a way of tasting things in a way that you haven't tasted before. When I was at the North Hop in Aviemore, there was gin with rosemary, which was just a beautiful combinations. That's the word that I would call it. And something that I've not tried before, and a way of stimulating all the senses, the smells, not just, and the look of it, and the colours of things, and not just the flavour, not just a standard G&T and
no, not at all.
A lot more than that going on there.
No, and I think the perfect serve, for example, for Isle of Harris distillers that they'll be doing at the festival is their gin over ice with a little dropette of the sugar kelp that we're talking about, and a slice of grapefruit topped up with a really nice tonic. So again, just something quite different, but so refreshing, so easy to drink, so that's we're kind of looking forward to, and they'll be like focusing on doing perfect serves opposed to cocktails, whereas some of the other bars in Shrieach, they make some amazing cocktails, kind of your standard cocktails with a bit of a twist. So there really is something for all tastes.
I love cocktails, and I love the comeback of the cocktail in recent years, over just a standard glass of wine, a cocktail. To me, it feels like something really special.
Yeah, you're definitely, I think there's more of a thing now about a cocktail, and it's the whole watching the process be done and the products that are going into it. And, before you might have got just a load of cocktails with, like, say, a vodka base, because vodka doesn't have a huge amount of taste, whereas now, we're quite specific about what spirits and stuff we like in our cocktails, and we do opt for, kind of using local spirits and that kind of thing. So, and it's the whole display and finish of how they look. At the festival, we encourage the bars to serve the cocktails in the North Hop glasses that people get when they come into the festival, just because they kind of look nice and they're nice to drink out of. And you literally could drink all your different drinks. Like, I know some people that drink wine at home out of their North Hop glasses.
We should mention about the glasses, actually, that the glasses, when you use them for the brewing stands at the festival, you can get a taste measure, which is, how much is a taste measure?
So you can do like a third, get a half pint, and then 2/3 measures as well. So again, it gives you the opportunity to be trying and tasting different things without maybe getting a half pint of something that you really don't enjoy, or gone are the days where you would have had a pint of beer or something. Obviously we don't issue pint glasses, so it's not possible. But it does kind of, and it's good, in the programme we've kind of got check boxes next to the different beers and stuff, so as you're going round you can mark off, there's tasting notes section where you can mark your notes down of what you enjoyed.
I love a list of it.
And genuinely, we've picked up programmes before that people have been using and looked at them, and they've literally made a really good effort of going round the full, and they've got some great notes in there as well. I think the notes get worse as the consumption of alcohol goes on, but it's great, and that's the thing. When at the festivals, people then come up to you afterwards and go, that was amazing, loved trying this or trying that, or the fact that they've discovered something totally new and that's something they're going away with. And obviously at the festival as well, the different distilleries and breweries and everything out there do have bottles for you to we've got an off sales license as well, so people, if you really like what you're having, you don't necessarily then have to go on a mission to try and find the product later on. You can actually take bottles home. And with the obviously November festival, I hate to say the C word, but in the build up to Christmas, it is obviously the ideal time to be buying sort of gift packs. And like Harris Gin, they are very difficult to get hold of their bottles in that they only do a click and collect with certain retailers. So you can't just go into a shop and actually buy a bottle of the gin unless you're on the distillery in Harris. You actually need to go online, order and pay for it online, and then collect it from the designated point. And they've got amazing glasses that are made out of the same glass the bottle is, and sort of gift packs and stuff they do, but again, you can't get them unless you're at the distillery. So, at the festival, they will have kind of a full range of these different products, which make for a lovely sort of Christmas present.
And I think that's part of what makes the experience of the festival really special. And if you're thinking of, especially maybe for like a stag do or a hen do, and I think there are a couple of groups there doing
we get quite
the last time we were there, it was something that was a bit different for that party. There were lots of people, I don't want to say dressed up because it wasn't costumey, but it was just people
made the effort,
and it was a really nice atmosphere and a really nice vibe around it. It was almost that kind of prohibition kind of meets hunting party in a field. It was just the amazing eclectic mix of kind of outfits and costumes, and it just made for a great atmosphere.
Yeah, and I think this is the great thing with Aviemore that, you know, we've discussed this with a few people, is that it's the type of place where we are pulling people in from miles away. You know, we've kind of, a lot of people kind of come up from Edinburgh for the weekends, across from Aberdeen. You know, obviously Aviemore is really accessible via rail, bus, cars, airports, whatever else. So you know, it kind of makes for, and people like to make a weekend of it. So you know, there's kind of accommodation deals on with the resort that the festival's held at. We've got things going on with the Old Bridge Inn. They're doing like a special brunch on the Sunday, a bit of a recovery brunch.
Not that anybody really needs that.
So with some live music and stuff. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff. You could obviously go do a distillery tour. There's distilleries in the area. There's Cairngorm Brewery. You know, you could tie and get the full food and drink experience. Mountain Cafe and Aviemore's, you know, it's
pretty legendary.
Yeah, so you know, there's loads of things kind of do, and even without the weather, you know, at that time of year you don't know what the weather's going to be. But in Aviemore, I don't think it really matters because it is just such a unique place that.
So we should clarify that. So Northolt, it's inside. So it's Aviemore in November, but it's inside, and there's an accommodation deal, so you don't have to worry about driving home.
No.
You can get a bed for the night and get a lovely brunch.
Exactly.
Take your time, enjoy it.
You can do the whole experience there, and we've got as well, for those that are kind of more local to the area, we've got late night shuttle buses laid on for going back to Inverness as well. So last time people made a day of it, came down in the train lunchtime, came to the session, went to go and have something to eat, and then, you know, went back. Or some people just came down for the evening session, but obviously late night transport's not the best. From Aviemore, I think TAF 11 or something is your last bus. So
that's November this year. What have you got coming up into 2018 next year?
Okay, so yeah, at the moment we're kind of a little bit hush hush, just that we're in progress and plans with quite a few things. We've obviously got our main Aberdeen festival coming up on Easter weekend at the AACC. That one kind of always goes down a storm. In fact, ticket sales just now are just ridiculous for that one already. In that we've just got such a strong following down in Aberdeen that people love it, and the minute early bird tickets go on sale, they're straight in there. And the other thing we're working on at the moment for next year is something a little bit different, in that we're wanting to work on more of a kind of pop-up concept. So we are wanting to go to some of the breweries, distilleries, and actually use their premises and their setups to create a bit of a pop-up festival. So it'll be kind of quite a unique experience, whereby, you know, we'll maybe have a few different bars, food vendors, stuff within a brewery space.
That sounds really interesting.
And they're not all going to be obviously in your main kind of city points and stuff. There's some that are going to be out about. We'll obviously look at laying on, you know, shuttle buses and transport options. But it'll be something, you know, it'll be limited tickets, but it will be kind of quite a unique experience. So yeah, watch the space with what we're going to be coming up with.
Fantastic. So if people want to watch this space and find out what's coming up, we've got the hashtag at the front there. Which will tell you about what's going on in Northolt this year.
That's very
at the moment.
Festival,
We'll have the website details, and we'll put in the description of the video, and we'll maybe put in some links as well to some of these distilleries, and see if you want to buy online, or even just for planning your journey to the Highlands in the future. So thank you very much for your time today. It's been lovely to see you, and I hope that we've all learned something and got a few ideas for cocktails and flavour exploration with our gins and our rums and our brewing for the future.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.